What's going on, guys? Welcome to Double Tap to Smash Those Buttons podcast dedicated to the FGC. I am your returning host, Crash, and with me I've got StaticGorilla in the building to hold us down for this week's episode. What is going on, homie?
What's up? Welcome back, dude. You've been gone a little bit.
I know. I got my second chance to come back, and it's kind of fitting for this episode because it's a second chance for a lot of things. Potentially a beta, a new season. A second round of a certain cup for a certain game for its second year. So we're going to get into it, man. We got plenty to get into. Appreciate you guys listening in. This is episode 404. This is happening during Capcom Cup week, actually. Just putting it out there. March, well, technically for me, it's March 4th. It's March 3rd for you guys. For you anyway, Static. But yeah, Capcom Cup week is starting up. We're going to talk a little bit about that later in the episode because I got my own thoughts on it. You guys covered it last week, at least the group stage.
But first, right? I do have a shout out.
Oh, shoot. We got
strongest woman in the world's birthday was March 1st. Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Shout outs to Chunners.
Yeah, Chun-Li.
She's like 60?
She doesn't say her age. Just like you don't know her weight. It's secret.
It's like 35.
But yeah, I just found this at Target yesterday. It's pretty cool. It's like the articulations ones, you know? They had a DJ in the Ryu one, and I was like, man.
Go for Chunners. Good old Chunners. All right, so let's get into it. Not with Chunners, but actually her biggest rivals game, City of the Wolves, man. City of the Wolves. The beta concluded last week after our show from the previous week, and we had a chance to sit down, play a bunch of matches. I got to go online and play. I ended up with B. Janet as my character.
I'll be honest. Go ahead. Yeah, no good.
No, go on. What you got?
I had played a couple times. Like I played it late, so I had like 3 days into it. Like every day I had maybe an hour, but I was playing with friends. It wasn't until we played our first of 10 where I was like, okay, I'm really gathering information. Yeah, I'm knowing what's happening.
Yeah, it was. I want to say overall, I want to say the beta was a success with an asterisk. So.
Huge.
With some asterisks in there for sure. Yeah. We're not the only ones feeling that way either. But so for not really, I don't have like the biggest history with Fatal Fury specifically. I mean, I've played KOF games, over the years, which is fine. But like this one was, very much filled with a lot of mechanics that you had to learn. Like I hadn't kept up with it. I was like, oh, there's just a beta. Let me rock that out, and I'll definitely check out the game when it drops. So I remember for us covering it, but when you're not playing it, it's kind of difficult to remember things. The biggest gripe for me, which was the training mode is not being there, was for a lot of people a gripe as well. But the idea, yes, it's a network test, we understand that, but that would have worked for me. That would have worked for me if we're talking like older games or games that don't have so many mechanics that you're trying to juggle real time. Like a lot of people are comparing it like, oh, this is like the arcade feeling, man. You step up and you play your matches and that's how you learn. I'm like, yeah, but I only had to learn like meter, moves, and maybe a defensive mechanic or two, right? Depending on who you're gonna ask.
There was no way for you to just go blindly and be like, oh, I need to do the reverse DI move thing that's called the blow over the rev. Like there was so much.
The rev reversal, rev blow, rev up, the EXs and how those actually work out. Like, don't get me wrong, they had a tutorial.
Exactly, you read my mind.
But they had a tutorial
that I didn't do.
I did, but I rather would have preferred a tutorial that I also had my character with it.
Yeah,
like it let me pick my character to do it, so that way I get a feel for it. Like everyone knows what Rock can do, and I get it, and he's supposed to be kind of like the vanilla character for you to use. But I would have felt better if I would have used my character on that.
I'd say it felt as if they didn't know. They didn't take into account that a lot of people haven't had access to the game at all. A lot of people didn't go to Evo to play it, and even if you did, you had 20 minutes. Right, you yourself included. You had 20 minutes to play when you did sit down. Now, granted, some people had their time and some people got their moves in. But me, I'm just playing some guy who wants to try to do stuff, and I didn't have somebody I was with. So it was very difficult to try to actually want to stay in line for 40 minutes to play the game while I can, wait for the beta. Then it felt like the beta was actually delayed at the same time. Like they said that they would have one, never had one, or if they had like location tests, and then here's this one, but it still felt like it was a late beta. not a good look for that timing. However,
yeah,
I have more to talk about, but go on.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
To add to that, it's like the thing about it is like when I say it's like a successful beta asterisk is like, the gameplay is fun. The gameplay is fun. Like let's be upfront. Like mechanics aside, learning that shit. Once you do get a hang of it, it starts to kind of really layer really fast, and it was like quick to pick up. I was like, all right, awesome. That it feels good there. Unfortunately, the other components to it just like kind of like fell by the wayside, which sucks because those are the components that are kind of important as well. Like, you can say whatever UI. Yeah, someone was able to replicate the UI in an Excel sheet. We get it. It's fine. Not really the biggest thing for me. But the networking, the matchmaking, being just not on par to what we were expecting. Was disappointing a lot of people. Right. I was recording my footage, and I think the longest I had to wait was like 21 minutes.
Wow.
For a casual match.
Oh no.
So I didn't even jump into rank. I was just like, and this is the part that sucked. There's like no training mode while also searching for a match was like a big miss. Fucking miss.
Somebody was like, I was talking in my own stream, and they were like, "Oh, but I didn't see Street Fighter with the chat. With the training mode." I'm like, "Yes, it did. We all had the arcade setups, and if you were in an arcade setup, you can be in training mode for a little bit." I'm like, "No, yeah, exactly. They had it, yeah."
From the rip.
It's obviously just because yes, it's an online beta. Everybody's testing the online. Yeah, cool, okay, whatever. But this is the first time we've all had it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even if if it was supposed to be a network test, that's one thing. But I think they could have packaged it a bit better in terms of the capabilities. So much so that it got to the point where people were, this is what I mean by like not having accessibility and like it really kind of getting to people. By the end of it, I want to say the last like 3-4 days, they had already gotten a mod out to literally change the memory address of tutorial and turning it into a training mode, because training mode existed in the game. You just couldn't get to it via the menu. It was a matter of just changing a memory address, and bam, you were in full-on training mode with the frame data, with everything you would imagine in a training mode was there. Why not just have it? Just hit yes, true, enable, let it go. Like I don't know why. I know I've been harping on it, but it really stunted a lot of people's want to play the game, which in turn was the point of the beta in the first place, was to get it just a bunch of people playing to see how it standard. So if people were hearing no training mode, not even gonna bother, because I'm like, I don't want to go online and get my ass whooped and not really learn as much as I want, or have to get 2 accounts, one on console, one on the computer, and do that, because I think you did that, right? I was like,
I had my TV here playing.
Yeah, I was catching cats. Yeah. I was catching cats like Spooky and like other people that were streaming. Like that's how they got around it to do it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. But it was still limited, right?
Right. 5 rounds, first to 10. Heck yeah.
First to 10, right?
Was it 5 rounds?
But
5 wins. I don't remember. Something crazy.
First to 5.
It shouldn't have to. That's the problem.
Exactly. You shouldn't had to have done that. But besides that, I think the gameplay overall was great. There are some things that definitely need to get tweaked. I know you got some notes on that, so if you want to go down your list, let's see what you got.
So I agree with the one thing that we had from a Reddit post, which was just like, what is too strong? Like obviously RevBlow and DI, whatever you want to call it, is too strong.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know. DI. Yeah, I didn't know that. Like I was in TNS's stream just playing viewers, and I had no idea that I could just reverse it with another one. Like I was just getting bodied by it, and I'm like, oh, like the next day I'm in a match and I'm looking it up, like, oh, you can, okay, and then I'm looking while I'm in a match, I'm literally looking up the hyper cancel drives or hyper cancel blocks, and I'm like,
the hyper defense.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you can do that. Oh, all right. Yeah. The next,
it's basically red parry from
Third the next Strike, Hotaru I fought was dead. Like instant. I was like, oh, I can do click. Oh snap!
Yeah, you're fucking
multi-hitting moves you can counter really easily, and I'm like, oh, this is easy. Like I have a meter and I can do a move in it. That's where the layers came in, and I was like, now I can understand this game.
That's when it clicked for you,
right?
But it took so long to get there.
Exactly. I mean, if training, but still, not training. If I had the tutorial,
also that would have helped. That probably would have helped.
Yeah, but some things like I do like the game the way it looks. It looks great. The shading, the coloring, all of that.
Oh yeah, presentation wise, I think
music cool,
great.
Yes, the stages, okay. Some people don't like the train stage because of the motion. I don't mind it.
It's the same thing with like the airplane stage from like Street Fighter V. Remember that?
I personally don't mind it. I think we're on a train. It looks cool to me. I'm just going.
Yeah, I'm not focused on the background, bro. I'm focused on the person I'm trying not to get hit by.
There was a UFO in the background just sitting there. And I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
But the sun standing there stagnant or static, like I was like, that's weird. However, I feel like it's not as dark as Garo was. Like Garo to me felt like a darker game. It might be the pixelation of how the game looks, the grunginess of it.
You mean like the contrasty in nature, like just overall tones? Or?
Tones? Yeah, the tone.
Okay.
The tone of it, I would say. Because this feels very like 1v1 KOF.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely did. There was definitely some components to it as well. For me, the biggest gripe I had, and I think I even said it while we were playing, where I'm like, bro, it's actually results of two things. One, I think like the input leniency in like the buffering is fucking really weird.
This is also in KOF though.
Yeah, but for me it was just very weird. But like, let's throw that one away. Whatever. The thing that got me was the feint placement.
Yes.
Feint is a capability where it's exactly how it sounds. You get to feint moves or cancel out of moves in certain animations when you actually press the sequence of buttons, which is heavy kick and rep. Which, if you're using standard, if you look your normal 6-button layout, which technically this game is only a 5-button layout, it's literally the second button on the second row and then the third button on the first row that you have to go like this. Where primarily all your actual punch and kick buttons are on the left. This rev button is the one off on the right, and you have to kind of shift your hand, and it's just uncomfortable. It's very unnatural, especially for how important it is in very small windows between character moves and even footsies that you have to want to react to and such. It's just terrible. Needs to be a macro. Please let us assign macros. That is a really big thing. Because it just made it so frustrating that I was fighting the layout more than I was fighting the character sometimes.
At this point, it's definitely something that is already should be implemented in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already dealing with different accessibility buttons. It's something that, you want to put this as one? All right, sure. And I know there's a simplified version of the game that's coming, apparently. Not like a not simple mode. I don't want to use that word, but like a modern sort of playstyle. Yeah. So we are getting that, but I don't think it was implemented here.
It was. It was called Smart, I believe.
Oh,
Smart. Yeah.
Smart, not me. No.
Smart. Let me see what else. Buttons are okay as well. The buttons feel okay, but
so I used Vox the entire time. I didn't use really anybody else. I used Rock maybe once or twice. What? Go ahead.
So Static went the good old route of picking the new character in the new game, completely new to the franchise, because guess what? That character was built for this system. That is the golden rule. If you want to play a character that is going to feel right in this game, pick one of the new bloods, the ones that were never been in the franchise before, because they were built with their kit in mind to work with this system. Everyone else that's legacy, they have just been retrofitted into this system. Some shit works, some shit works too well, some shit does not work.
Delete Kane. Delete that character. Get him out of
Kane,
there.
Yeah, Kane is gross. Kane is disgusting.
He reminds me of how King used to play, where he would throw a fireball. King would throw a fireball and it would actually push back. So I think it was only through air fireballs where she pushed back. And this character was doing it on the ground. I'm like, oh god.
And
he'd jump in there and throw another fireball. I'm like,
he's got the Ed super, right? The orb that just goes through. It's
combo after, and then the DP feints and the cancels.
Kane's gross. Yeah.
So there were things like I played HD Cloud, your homie, and he destroyed me. He's like, how did I do? I'm like, I don't even want to play you anymore. But we're having a good time with it. But I still think that it's fun though, and I don't know if we want to go to the next thing, but I personally don't think it should be delayed. I think that there are those problems that we can have delays. But I think having that date is still fine, because the gameplay is still going to get figured out. There'll be different matchup knowledges. There's other characters in the game to play.
I think the certain components can still be hit before release. I'm right there with you where it's like they can't hit everything.
Right.
But the important stuff like net play, the ranked matchmaking, and things like the macros, like can be fixed before the game comes out later in April.
It's almost like Street Fighter V was when it first released. It's just you had the gameplay ready for all of the esports stuff you wanted to do. You just didn't have everything else.
I'm not gonna stress the balance because like just let that's the vanilla game. The balance is gonna be the balance. You let it rock, and then we'll figure out like, yo, this really does need to go, and then you let it go later. Right now, let it fucking enjoy it. Let it hit the ground running. Let it make people get mad. Reddit posts, Twitter threads, fucking YouTube essays as to why Kane needs to get deleted coming from StaticGorilla. Whatever. Let it happen. But things like the matchmaking, the macros, those quality of life things that like are not impactful to the competitive side, outside like things like the macro, but that's really more of just like an ease of use and quality of life things that just make the experience better. Tackle those. Work on those so that way when you come out the gate, because if this game comes out not strong,
it's not even gonna be
it's not gonna last, and it'll be such a fucking pain. It'll be such a not a pain. It'll be such a shame because Kane's a pain. It'll be such a shame because the gameplay core I think is so much fun and a lot of people will actually enjoy it. But if it does not come out strong and it comes out to a wave of negativity and it's already pretty niche, even already in a niche community like FGC. I know I say niche on SNK, but it's like it's the fucking facts. Just look at KOF 15. It's not gonna fucking do well. So they need to fix these things. But luckily, we're getting a confirmed second beta. I think they're gonna focus more on the matchmaking there, which is great. Maybe they might throw in the macro as well. But as of today, a training mode. But as of today, the feedback forms are closed. So hopefully, everyone's just been piling them just like they did. Yeah.
Tomorrow to me.
No, I think it's on the 3rd.
I thought I saw the 4th. My bad.
Okay, if it was on the 3rd, then I'm right. But if I'm wrong, then yeah.
I didn't do it. I'm sure the most important people have, and they've done it.
Yeah, so. just do it if you haven't already.
Now, granted, I'll be honest. I didn't play it as much as a lot of other people did. People were playing that constantly, nonstop, and they may have more differentiation of knowledge than I do. I say I don't think that the game needs to be delayed because I felt like the gameplay was rather good for a game that's coming soon. But at the same time, if there are things that other people saw, Chris G with that jump city, jump this jump of the wolves, you know, and like, so like that was his take on it. And he has in-game takes that he'd like to change. So that might be a different thing. Yurikov said the same thing. He's definitely a KOF player. I think he got 9 at the TNS one. So there are other players out there, players that have played it more than me, that know exactly what the game needs. I will take their word for it more than myself. So I'm going to skip on the survey. but also because I'm right here doing this right now. So
yeah, can't do it now. StaticGorilla is currently in the past future right now.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about it, like I said, we'll get that second beta. But with that, that's actually going to bring up our poll for this week. What do you guys want most in the second beta? And when it comes out, do you want to have a training mode? Do you want to have the macro? Do you want to have better loading times, like a tutorial that allows you to pick your character? What would you want to see in the second beta to get you to get into the beta if you didn't decide to play it the first time? Let us know. We'll be posting up this poll on all our social media platforms as well as on our Discord, YouTube, all that good stuff. So make sure to let us know. In the meantime, though, we're going to be taking a quick break. When we get back, guys, we're going to be talking about the second thing that's getting a second, not Choice at Life. It's just getting a second chance. It's season 2, Tekken 8. We'll be back after this. All right, and we are back. We just got done with some City of the Wolves. Let's jump into some Tekken 8. But actually, before we do that, we do have last week's poll that we wanted to get into that you held down for. So last week we had just finished up Evo Awards, right? Evo Awards went down, and we actually asked you guys if you would watch Evo Awards in 2026 if it happens again. You gave your input. If you want to hear Static and Mezza's input, go listen to the episode. I myself, you just have to find me because I've got so much to say there. But yeah, we had asked you guys if you would watch it. if you thought it was lame. And also the last piece was if you just didn't care. You're like, awards? Pfft, who cares? So it came to a 48%. It was entertaining. I would watch it again next year. Awesome. Okay, but it was like a pretty close 28 and 24. But if you put those two together, it's actually above the 48. So I don't know what to say there in terms of like how it did overall. But at least from here, at least they were saying it was entertaining. I mean, some of the tournaments were entertaining. It was great to see some of the stuff they showed off there. But overall, for me,
the Marvel 2, man.
Oh yeah, the Marvel 2 was dope. Marvel 2 was as real as it got.
I was in the restaurant like, no, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it right now. Stop. So it was pretty cool. Even my friend watched it. Like my friend he's been to Evo and he's like, I watched it. And then he texted me the next day, said, dude, I just ran into Ducto online. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. It's crazy. Anyway, go on.
So so with that, we've got some Tekken 8 to get into, man. So randomly, like last week, I think it was. Yes, it was Tekken Talk live stream happened, which I didn't really even know. I didn't see it anywhere. So Tekken Talk Live Season 2 special went off where Harada, Michael Murray, and other members of the team were actually there to show off Season 2 of Tekken. First of all, just want to give a shout out. Tekken's been out for a little bit over a year and 2 months. Let's give it 2 months, right? We're in March. It came out in January 24th of 2024. Like a year and 2 months. Sold over 3 million copies to date already. Good stuff. That was great. I know it's a little under Street Fighter. Street Fighter did like 5 or something like that, I believe, which, their goal is 10. But I mean, still, for Tekken to come out the way it did, 3 mil, nothing to scoff at. I think that's an overall great success. And it's only year 1, so they're only going to be adding to it as they keep expanding on the game, the roster, and of course, the changes to the competitive scene, which we have some here. So Season 2 is actually kicking off at the end of March this year. It's coming off with Anna. We got to see, and that's the reason why I knew Tekken Talk happened, is because an Anna trailer, Anna Williams trailer dropped, and she clearly came from the same salon that Yuri visits for Street Fighter 6. That's perfectly fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I like her. I actually like her design overall. Very different from the previous design. I know it's been a lot of fans are like up in roar.
I think like 1%. He said, "No, let me stop."
Oh yeah. No. I'm saying this is a lot.
For that tweet.
I've been I'm a statistician. I know exactly what to look for. Yeah, Harada had no. My man cooked.
Yes.
To that guy, whoever that person was, they got fucking filleted.
You saw my tweet. Destroyed.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So Anna is gonna be available on early access March 31st, and then she'll actually be available for everyone April 3rd. Afterwards, but this patch is coming with 4 new characters, this season pass is coming with 4 new characters and 2 new stages coming for Season 2. The first one obviously being Anna, and her new bazooka, Lovely Tom, is getting added to the mix there.
This redesign is fantastic, man.
Yeah, I don't know how you could hate.
Fan. Right?
How could you hate? Like, come on, this is always what she was.
You can tell them apart. Like, you could tell in the old games they had new moves or some of the similar moves and stuff, and you're like, oh, this is definitely a Williams, But like, this is just beyond. And yeah, they have she has the old costumes, even in her Tekken 7 costume with the rose on her head and the sort of like spiky type of outfit on, and I'm a huge fan. I showed my brother.
Bring back the fisherman's wife outfit, Harada. Right. In 2025.
And I even showed my brother. He's like, yo, that looks kind of dope. And I'm like, you're right. Like, these redesigns for Tekken 7 Tekken 8, have been great. So yeah, I really don't get this 2% of anger. So
or not sure what's going on there.
The 1% video underneath the tweet, it's like the person says, your Bob is fire. Your Bob is fire. Like, what?
So
it's fun.
so we got the trailer, awesome, with just some gameplay elements. We're definitely gonna get a breakdown of her as we get closer. But big things, man. Like I said, big things for a second go round right now for Tekken 8 are just all these changes that are coming, and all great changes. That so far I've been getting an incredible amount of positive reception when it was shown off in the actual Tekken Live stream.
I think everybody's getting a new move. Sorry, no, you were about to say one of the big.
No, I was about to say not I don't think I saw about anything about new moves in there. It was more about the big things that I'm highlighting. Really, my notes were things like the heat exchange, the heat system changes that are coming up, like stance characters, like your Lydia or your Azucena and stuff will actually have capabilities of actually heat smashing out of stances and heat bursting actually out of stances, which before was kind of like you weren't able to, which is great. So it's allowing some abilities there. The ability to return to the crouching state after a heat activation move, which was like not a thing before. It is always standing, which kind of limited a lot of things because some characters like their options were better when they were crouching, right, versus standing. So that inherently was making characters, a fundamental mechanic was making certain characters just not as good. Which that's not fun. Like you never want to get punished for just how the game's tools themselves. That's like how you know like the game didn't either the tool is incorrect or your character literally is just not compatible with that. They didn't design the character around that. But that's getting changed. So adjustments to the big parts too. Chip damage is getting adjusted. Thank God.
How many times did I think I was blocking? I deleted the game, by the way, because one is just too much. It's the game with the most memory on for me. Like this is too much, man. And I'm just like, I don't play it enough to merit having it still there.
And it's a lot of back and forth, man. The 50-50 game does get pretty boring after a while of just like heat exchange, up, down, heat exchange, and keep going until the heat dash, your block interactions get changed up. Those are things that they're focusing on, which I'm like, sweet, because that has been yelled at from the fucking top of the mountains, from your casual players to your casual tournaments to your pros are like, son.
I mean, with the changes that came, not even changes, with the arrival of Clive, I'm sure they've had more issues with that. And he's not even like the best in the game. It's just he's overbearing. He snowballs. You know?
Yeah. So heat system getting tweaked. Very very big check mark. Like honestly, they had to do this. If they would have come season 2 without an
answer,
I really don't know. No amount of character that they're gonna add is gonna make people not have that bad taste in their mouth. Sidestepping improvements. Sidestepping from a crouching state now possible.
Wow.
I didn't know that wasn't a thing in the game, because historically that was a thing in Tekken, and this is like the first time it wasn't. So it was like, why was this missing?
Right.
Easier sidestepping during block strings, which is good. It's a long requested feature because like I think you couldn't sidestep a certain direction during these block strings, so it's like you were always forced one way, so it was easier to guess. Now you're actually gonna have an easier time to actually sidestep during block strings to potentially punish, get away.
A different defensive option, because if you're stuck with one, the person's gonna know that's the only one you have and punish that option.
Exactly. So it's like when your options are limited. Limited, like my air.
Right. I mean,
it kind of puts you in a bad spot.
Right. You can home in if you're trying to sidestep and you push something by accident, you get counter hit. And trust me, these players know the difference between a small confirm and a counter hit confirm. Like they hear the sounds, you get caught.
You get done. And then
blood in the water, as they say.
Yeah, that's it. And then there's like a bunch of ranked online overhauls that are coming in. These are some of them are quality of life. Some of them I think are just better overall to make the ranking experience better for players, both new and veteran players. So matchmaking is going to be based on highest ranked character, not Tekken power, which I'm like, all right, cool. That works, because that way, if you don't want to kind of like smurf it up. It's kind of like smurfing it when you're like, a number one or a really high Jin, and then you're like picking something else, but then it's like still based on Tekken power. It just like kind of skews things a little bit. Option for searching for same rank only, which is cool. I kind of didn't realize I wanted to see that. That's also just one of their ways to kind of reduce smurfing in the game, to actually just look for your specific rank, so that way you're not like coming across lower levels that are actually like even higher level than you. Because that doesn't make the experience any better. And then the point system rework. Better rewards for beating higher ranked players. I can't believe that we have to wait for that. But I mean,
whole year,
it should be that. No penalty for losing streaks, which also is good. And faster rank ups for unused character when maining another one. So that's pretty good.
I remember having issues with the lobby system. I mean, I don't know. I guess people got used to it since then, but I remember just being like frustrated. We were trying to figure it out. But that's just That's just me. I don't remember if it was a huge problem. Also,
might be a
shout
case
outs.
of a UI thing.
I get it. Also, shout outs to those that were really stealthy-eyed in catching Anna in the last trailer that we saw. Catching like the Anna references, calling that she would
with
be
the
the next
rose
character.
and stuff like that on the helicopter.
With the lipstick on the helicopter,
yeah.
Which made a cameo with her final move in this.
Yeah, so with season 2 coming up, I think it's gonna be in a good position. I mean, Tekken 8's not saying a terrible position, but it could have been a lot better. Obviously, the passion of the community and the love for the competing is what's keeping it active. But like, I'm glad that they're addressing some of these pain points. Season 2 coming with Anna as well to boot, and apparently a new character, one brand new, completely new to the Tekken IP. Original characters actually in the mix in season 2, so we're expecting someone that's gonna be fun. So don't expect a fuck ramen or a fuck you man or whatever coming back since he's already been an entry, but someone completely fresh.
Yeah, and they have new characters each season, I believe. Like, winter, spring, summer, fall. Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of people are doing that, except for Grand Blue. Grand Blue got all their characters, and they're like,
Grand Blue's like whatever.
Yeah, they're just throwing things.
Here you go.
We talked about that last week, me and Mezza. So yeah, go check that out.
Go peep that out. So speaking of new characters, we're gonna be moving on from Tekken 8 into some MK1. Wow. We've got a nice pair of characters to talk about. One that could be anything and everyone. Which, now that I think about it, should definitely be a really cool ability, but I don't know what will happen. The T1000. We got the official teaser trailer. So not a full gameplay trailer. We're obviously going to see that probably from a combat cast.
I hope. Okay. I hope that we get a fatality where he's on the phone and he's the mom. He's yeah. And he's the mom. Like he's sort of like the mom. Like, hey, who's home? Johnny's not home today.
They do the meme.
Yeah. Johnny's not home today. Oh. Yeah, exactly. I just thought about it just hilarious. Now. Right.
The other side would be hilarious. It's like your foster parents are dead. It comes back and it's like,
yeah, maybe even in exchange with Ghostface since it has the phone.
That would be sick.
Yeah,
actually.
something like that. Maybe I'm overthinking this too, though.
So, well, you're a fan. Clearly, you're a fan.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the most traumatic movies of my life. Because this is crazy. So Mortal Kombat it came out the same time as this movie. So I always resonated Skulls with Terminator because the scene of Judgment Day when she's on the fence, when she's on the fence and nuke. As a kid, destroyed me, and I'm like, that's Scorpion. Oh no, that Scorpion's gonna do that to me and take off his mask and burn me into pieces. That scared me more than seeing like Sub-Zero take out somebody's spine. I didn't care about that.
Yeah, that was like whatever. But getting burnt alive, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the T1000, aka Robert Patterson, who's Robert actually Patterson. Whoa. Patrick. Why did I say Patterson?
You watching Mickey 17? All right.
That was a different one. Robert Patrick, thank you. Reprising the role is really cool to see, and a fucking menace. Liquid metal, like there's so much they could play with, and the thing is we don't have a lot to go off of.
Right.
But some of the small little references, like the stabbing eye thing, which he does in the psych ward in the actual movie, right? When he copies that one security guard, was dope. Cabal's fucking hooks, that was sick.
Yeah.
He has Cabal's fucking blades. Yo, what's going on here? So yeah, there was enough there to keep me hype. Some people are tripping out a little bit about the fatality because let me just do this. Let me just Let me just put my nerd glasses on real quick. He can morph into a lot of things, but nothing with complex gears or movement or parts in it, like bombs or anything like that. Yet he does it with a machine gun in his fatality, and it throws me off because you're not allowed to do that. It's against the movie lore. So I'm a little pissed off about that. I'm a little pissed about that because I'm like, come on, that was fundamental. That's why he can only do knives and stabbing weapons. That's literally the line from the movie. But whatever, we'll give it a mulligan. Maybe NRS will tweak it out, but that was my biggest gripe with it, and it's like super nerdy and really stupid. But hey, T2 was an amazing movie. It's actually one of my favorite movies, considered to be the greatest sequel to ever be made for any movie ever, because it did write a lot. It did an incredible, it was an incredible shock thing to have the villain now become the hero in the second movie, right? But anyway, I digress from that. T1000 looks amazing. It was great to have Robert Patrick there, and he sounds amazing. But he's not the only one that was shown off. We got to see some a nice little cameo there from Miss Madame Bo.
Right. And then Sunday, the most random, I'm cleaning my house. And I'm like,
yeah,
bro, I think Madame Bo's playable in this game. And I was like, oh, cameo, great. But that still was awesome.
Yeah, we ended up with a Madame Bo cameo fighter teaser trailer for her. I don't know, has there been any other cameo videos actually like this before? Because they were really leaning into it. A lot of people were very happy that she was a cameo. Okay, actually, yeah, I don't think there's been any official other cameo.
I don't think Movado had a video, nor did Ferrator.
No, like I'm looking on the official on the YouTube just to be like, no, just she's the only one that's got a cameo fighter teaser trailer. Right. She has a lot.
Well, I guess she's more story based. Nobody else really was either.
But they really were able. But I got a theory for that one though. She can throw a bottle at you, right? She comes up with a tray, throws a bottle at you. She comes in sliding as a low from what it seems like, and then drunken boxes on one side while you're on the left side, and you just jump in them, which is great. It looks awesome to see her do that. It's hilarious. The animations are fucking funny. Also, you can take a drink. I'm trying to understand what that is. I'm like, yo, is that health? Is that health? Is that meter? That's crazy. So now we got some utility here. Is kind of wild. And then she just has combo extensions. Looks like armored even combo extensions, or that might have been enhanced of some enhanced potentially. But this is all with Kung Lao, which also seems very, very fitting. But some keen-eyed people had noticed something. Her grab is also super
before going on. Yeah,
Two bottles and a cigar.
The cigarette stuff reminded me so much of Kung Fu Hustle. I was like, the Kung Fu Hustle lady I saw, and I was like, she's gonna shout, but I'm like, that's a Sindel thing. Let me stop. But I was still like really, really enamored by that. That's one of my favorite movies of all time too. So, but go on.
So she was awesome to watch, but like I said, keen-eyed people noticed something, and it was like I was like, yeah, like, you know, what's there to notice? It's like this is all her, but then when they're showing the slide and then the enhance and the combos that she does when she's drunk boxing, as well as the other component extension, people are like, yo, that's Boraicho's shit.
Oh, cool.
Literally to the T from MKX. Boraicho's like double head stomp overhead. The actual moves he's doing with the drunken fist is Boraicho's moves to the T. It actually is just his. So I was like, holy shit. What if it just had me thinking? I was like, what if it was supposed to be Boraicho and they decided to like really lean in and give Madame Bo? But then I thought about the name.
I was about to say Madame Boraicho.
No, Madame Boraicho. I was like, oh my god, dude. I'm like, oh my god, my fucking world. How did I not notice that? That'd be this timeline's Boraicho, maybe. I mean, master to some, you know, some of the monks here, right? Like, it's still master to Kung Lao in some way. Just like in the previous timeline. So yeah, it was just freaky. It was freaky to see, and I was just like, they're giving her a lot of love. Hopefully she is just as deadly in the game and competitive, because I would love to be like explaining to someone like the game, and then they're like, why is there a grandma just beating up on, like, yo, this grandma is fucking killing it. Who is she? This is gonna make it fun to watch tournaments
instead of just
use her.
Instead of just throwing her as an interactable.
Yeah, we'll come a long way from being an interactable and a brutality eventually in MKX. Remember where she would then become a brutality and actually kill the person in MKX?
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, that was like added way later in the life. I think
the stage fatality update that came in.
Yes, it was that one. Yeah, so we have those two coming up. I don't think I saw an exact date actually. Now that I think about it, for the teaser trailer,
March 18th.
Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. I think that is early access. I believe it might be, or maybe that might be full release.
Okay. Yeah, it says March 18th, and then I don't know when T1000 is. I don't think they have.
It still says March 18th as well.
Oh, okay.
For T1000. So yeah, because they're gonna release them both at the same time. They're not gonna get hit with
there weren't any delays with that one, right? I think the only delay was
Farah's been the only one that's been delayed.
Right. Okay.
Like in terms of the cameos in this game.
Okay.
Yeah. So
fantastic stuff. Visually, it's amazing.
It's so funny, man. Like the more I know MK always is on the sites of like people shitting on it and such, but like, dude, the more I look at these trailers, I'm like, yo, this is like the gameplay.
Yeah, it improved a lot.
This is the
man.
gameplay. The game looks amazing. Like you can't knock it. It does look amazing. It always does push that past like everything else. Don't get me wrong. Like Street Fighter 6 looks amazing. Tekken 8 looks fucking phenomenal too. But like there's just something about MK1 for me that just does it.
Something, but again, it doesn't work well on PC, unfortunately. However, something that is funny that happened. It's not too off topic, but WWE. If you didn't watch Elimination Chamber, John Cena is now a bad guy. John Cena is now Peacekeeper. Peacemaker? Is it Peacemaker? He's Peacemaker. And Cody Rhodes looks like Homelander. So now we're officially going to get, at WrestleMania, Homelander versus Peacemaker. And it's just funny. It's the memes that's been going around.
Someone's gonna mod it. Someone's gonna mod it.
They don't need to. Peacemaker is.
Well, they're gonna slightly mod it. All right. So we'll be right back, guys. After this quick break, we're gonna talk about some Capcom Cup 11 because it starts this week. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back. So this is actually not gonna be a crazy long topic, but it's really just to kind of. It's the calm before the storm, right? Like Capcom Cup is starting up. They've been doing I think it's still live on Twitch right now. Capcom Fighters has been doing a live like countdown, 24/7 countdown to Capcom Cup. At this point right now, it's about 23 hours and 45 minutes before it starts up. Obviously going out there to Japan, to that infamous Japanese sumo wrestling ring that's going on there. Cool. That's the presentation for that is gonna be.
Okay.
Can't wait to see that.
I know that TNS went out there, so I'm obviously Tong is busy going to be there. Also, Arc System Works did announce that TNS will be helping out with their
Shout outs to Tong and them. For AW for the Arc World Cup. It's gonna be them. So shout outs to those guys.
But back to this. Me and Mezza last week, we actually made our predictions. I hope he wrote them down because maybe I just have to listen to it again because I don't know who I actually picked. But I was just talking in Christie's chat about it, and I'm like, you know what? I was talking with other chatters, and I'm like, I think Itabashi has a really good chance.
I think Itabashi has a good chance. I think obviously the ones that have a great chance as well. I mean, they all, don't get me wrong, a lot of these guys have a good chance. Some have a great chance. Let's be very real. Some have a great chance of making
because others do not.
Because some are just, it's your character. Like, it's gonna fucking suck. Like, I still laugh at Group G for a couple of reasons. 2 out of the 3 guys in the whole thing are there. And then you got a bunch of people that have jury pockets there, aside from Nephew, who's the only jury main there. While you've got Just a Kid and this other in Group F, like, you motherfuckers go all fight and kill each other. I will be the jury standing out here.
It's crazy.
I thought was funny. But one big thing for me is, I want to see an underdog come through. Like for me, I would love to see Broski like really make. Broski is, I think, it's just my favorite Aki to watch. Broski is just disgusting with Aki.
I think there are only 2.
There's only 2. It's Broski and Soul, or Soleil. Soleil or Soul?
Sure.
Soleil. Anyway. Those are the only 2 Akis that are actually here. And
something I brought up at the end of last week's episode is that I'm more scared of the people that only know one character. Like,
all the Kens, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, all the Kens got a good fucking shot. Tokido, like the fact that Tokido is just, I'm very surprised that I don't see an Akuma back up there. It's like, no, he has just been full on Ken. Like he has not dodged since Akuma, last year, and it's like. All right, you're about it, dude. I get it. Items are always going to be, I think, a problem. Honestly, the character that I'm most interested in isn't even listed here. And that's Mai.
Yep. We were just talking about that.
I want to see who's going to have a pocket Mai because you can't ignore her. I think she's got some dirt. She can lock out some characters. Minus, the charge characters as well done, with players like Christy, who's kind of been just posting up and been playing Mai. Right now, I think 2nd or 3rd
consistently
on Legend on the leaderboards. Like just
possibly.
Like she has a lot of checkmate situations, but it all depends on her being able to get her projectile game going. But there are characters here that prevent that from happening, right? Guile, right? Guile being one of them is a big component. DJ, any of the Flash, any of the charge characters are a problem. Which there are several here. Like Ed is a big problem, from my understanding. And we're talking the likes of Fudo and like Lashar and shit, right? Like these are not going to be easy to get over if you had a pocket mount. I don't think you'd end up pulling them out for that. You better lean on your main character for that. But I still think it would be great to see her represented in some way. We do have one Terry, at least, right? We do have it with Anik. He has a Terry, an Oil King. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, an Oil King. Wait, Gavin also has it?
Group C. Group C, I mean, they have Gallable has 6 characters. Jab Him has 5 characters, including Terry.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I didn't see a third.
And then Oil King in Group F has Terry as well.
This is what Mena RD got like another 4 there, and actually any of those 4 are gonna be disgusting. Luke being Luke, Blanca. And I say more. His Zangief takes games off top players easily, and I think it was Bison's just Bison.
SFL League finale was last week as well. So like you had Punk taking it for his team against Mena.
The NA finals anyway. Right. Yeah, because the actual Street Fighter League finals will be happening on Sunday of the Capcom Cup.
Okay, so before the actual event.
Yeah, before the actual finals. Yep, they'll be doing those finals,
which is Saturday night for me, Saturday evening for you, maybe. Okay.
Sunday and then Sunday for them. Yeah, it's like 14-hour difference. Remember for you. Ooh, but
thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
so yeah, like for me, I'm really stuck. Like there's so many players here that could definitely take the crown. Some a little bit stronger than others, but I'm very interested to see how it's gonna tweak things. I'm actually also even more interested. Capcom's already been like, hey, don't expect an announcement. Don't expect anything.
I hate when they do
which
that.
I'm like, I hate it when they do that. You're like, come on, guys.
We watch this for you. You have the most eyes on you already. Just show a damn trailer. We're here already.
Just show something off. Like I don't see why.
What if we don't want to watch PlayStation, PlayStation whatever's and all these other Game Fest things? What if we don't want to watch that? And
come on, dog. I wanna chill with the homies and be like, I told you, dog. I told you.
I told you she had 5 overheads.
You're all free. You're all free. I'm gonna be the champ next year. And then you proceed to play for a week and then got body realize your character's ass and then you never come back. Then you do it again next year.
Hold up. Do you know what's the worst? We're not even gonna get a trailer soon. We're just gonna get something that shows her in the one player mode. What's that?
In World Tour.
World Tour. We're gonna get to get the World Tour trailer, and then a month later, oh hi, 5 overheads. So 5 overheads and 3 slides.
The only character you have to block high all the time, and you only block low for like 2 things. I think so because you know what? Last year's Capcom Cup, the first Capcom Cup for Street Fighter 6, this one now being a return right to form, is they had I think the first big patch was like 2 months or something like that afterwards. Like, so we're gonna for the next season, for the following season, like it was like the next big patch that happened, I think with Akuma happened, I think a month and a half, I think 2 or something like that. So it kind of leads around the April to May area is like where I would think we would have Elena come out.
I thought the first patch was Combo Breaker. During Combo Breaker.
Which would make sense because then that's hitting around May. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like within the April, May area.
Because it was like, do you want to run the patch and play with Akuma? And we were like,
exactly. Yeah, let that shit rock, bro. What do you mean? Right. What do you mean? So I'm feeling like, I know they're saying don't expect, but I can't help but think like it'd be just like a terrible move not to put something out there. My big thing that I'm also looking forward to is like, okay, hey, Capcom Cup 10, 1 million. Capcom Cup 11, 1 million. 12.
Yeah, right.
Are we going 3 for 3? Is it gonna be a turkey?
999,999.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so bad. But I'm wondering. I'm like, all right, we're gonna be now year 3. Let's see.
Right. Like, and will the fall off be as hard? Like,
yes.
Crazy.
Oh man,
come on.
That once again, dude.
Losing 700K off a grab. Come on.
I know. I know you talked about it in last week's episode, but like I have to bring it up here as well because it actually still gonna end up being our question of the week, which we'll get to. But yeah, the prize payout, right? 1 million first place, second place, $100,000. Mind you, this is all pre-tax. Right?
Oh, it's 100,000. Oh, you're losing 900K. I don't know why I still thought it was at 300K.
No, you're losing 900.
Damn.
and then 50,000 and 20,000 for third and fourth place, which is just like, thank God you're getting flown out, because otherwise, bro, you are making nothing.
Was it last?
I mean, not to say 20K is not nothing, but like, you know, even if you're a 7th, 8th at 5,000, like you're barely breaking even for being out there and eating, and if you had to pay your own way. But luckily, once again, Capcom is making everyone travel. If
I recall correctly, didn't last year's Capcom Cup end with a checkmate situation of a drive impact? It was jury confirming into ultra or super. Sorry, wow, what am I talking about? CA, sure, and then. Chris Wong ran out of drive, and then it was a checkmate situation. Like you couldn't get out of the DI apparently, and he was stunned, and it was just GG, game over.
Is that what it was? Let's take a peek real quick as I get this.
But yeah, no. Again, $1 million to then 100.
Yeah,
100,000.
it was a checkmate.
Yeah.
Checkmate. Yeah. Already used the meter. Literally had nothing. Like literally nothing you could do. Was the situation last year, and that's what we're gonna pose to you guys this week. So you've already said it last week, but we're gonna reiterate it for this week's episode, because I think it's just gonna be amazing, because I want to know what's causing what is gonna be this year. But what is going to be basically the final move or situation, whatever you want to call it, the move or the situation that's going to cost one of these players on stage $900,000 pre-tax. I just want to reiterate.
It's gonna be
something's gonna cost these guys one person $900,000 this year. I just want to be very clear here.
I think it's gonna be a parry and missed parry on a fireball. That'd be crazy. You're like, oh no,
bruh.
Or you get burned out by accident. Like no.
So it could be anything. It could be a grab. It could be a DP. It could be a wake up super. It could be a whiff punish.
Or missed anti-air.
Ken's crouching medium kick, right? Like you said, a bad parry. A drive impact that you didn't have the health for.
I mean,
checkmate situation.
Punk won off of a jump in that wasn't dive kick.
Oh yeah, remember that?
Evo, yeah.
Remember that at Evo? Yeah, the roundhouse that came from the heavens.
Right. I mean, good on what's his name, Big Bird, for not flinching to try to do an anti-air, but still it cost you the whole tournament. You
got punched in the fucking face. You got kicked in the face instead. But we want to know what you guys are thinking about. We're gonna be posting this up. We're gonna be following through on this and posting it up on our Twitters. We're gonna be replying, retweeting it. I'm gonna be reposting it because I really want to hear what people think. Right. It's gonna be very interesting to see what's gonna cost someone $900,000.
That's a lot.
I just hope, in all seriousness, whatever announcement they make for Capcom Cup next year, that they take into consideration all the feedback of like, hey, can you make the division of the prize pool just, yes, it's $1 million, but like, can you really make it better for everyone else? You can just say it's $1 million up for grabs or multi-million, whatever. No one gives a shit. I know you want to hold on to the whole like, hey, we're the first ones to do it. 1 million. It's like, bro, these guys really do. A lot of people really do go and sacrifice so much to get themselves to this stage, only to be rewarded so little. Like,
not even just that. So many people that have already tried to get in everywhere, and they're not even in it. There's no LCQ. There's no opportunity for them to at least have a chance to get in. Now, granted, you weren't good enough to win those other tournaments. Oh, damn, that sucks. But LCQ is usually there, and you wait and wait and wait and wait. You're like, I got this chance, and this year wasn't.
There wasn't.
And plus, it's in Japan next year again. So people are going to be flying out again. So, yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to be watching, once again, at this point of recording, it's about 24 hours. By the time this comes out, it'll probably be the day
first groups, right?
First group. So in the meantime, though, that is going to be it for this week's episode of Double Tap. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. All love. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms on Double Tap FGC. It was Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok. While it's still allowed in the government, the government's still allowing it out here.
Whether it's on your phone that's costing a lot of money now? No.
Yeah, or you buy it from eBay or something for $80,000, for $900,000. But you can make sure to follow my awesome host, StaticGorilla, at StaticGorilla, of course, on all social media platforms, as well as on Twitch, which I'm assuming you're going to be watching Capcom Cup this year and probably streaming it. I
haven't made plans yet because friends are trying to watch it. SmackDown is this Friday here in Philly, so I'm trying to go to that. So, unless Xavier Woods is going to stream it. No, I'm kidding. He's on Raw. So no Marvel this week, at least maybe some other games. Again, I'm trying to find a way to backlog, but with this whole move, obviously, if you're watching, I am in a different room. This is my actual bedroom now, so we're trying just under construction. He's got
things to fix.
But eventually everything will be fixed, and we're trying to run some games, whether it's to play with the, and if you ever want to try to play some games while we're in the stream, you can always hit us up or me up. And Dre is sometimes there as well.
Sometimes. You can follow me at Crashtag VS on Twitter, specifically, but I'm usually behind the Double Tap FGC social media page. But also make sure to join our Discord, doubletap.gg/Discord. Come say what's up to our awesome community there. We're posting up the question of the week. We're posting up polls. We hit up articles, updates. We talked about things like the beta while it was going on there. And just go check it out. There are awesome people there. Come join the great community there. Come say what's up. And we're going to be looking to get some more games, some monthly games going on. We did one for Mai last month when she actually dropped and just had some matches going on until we were done, until no one else wanted to play anymore. Maybe we'll do that for Guilty Gear or some other game. Maybe Street Fighter 6. Maybe when Elena comes out, we'll do that as well.
Maybe Mortal
Kombat. Come join. Come say what's up.
Not Mortal Kombat. I'm still trying to find Floyd,
Maybe MK. Yeah. But yeah, so also one more thing. We're taking submissions, guys, for community segments. It's still going down. Questions or topics that you want to talk about, sit down with us. We can actually have a conversation and just talk shop, have a good time with it. We post it up as a bonus round on YouTube. But if you have anything you want to talk to us about, hit us up on social media, or you can email us at doubletap@mash.gg. Come say what's up. We'll get that arranged and get you going there so we can talk some more shop there. But in the meantime, once again, enjoy Capcom Cup this week. This has been Double Tap. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. We'll be live for another episode potentially next week to do some post Capcom Cup. Maybe we'll see. Hopefully Josh doesn't kill me for that. But in the meantime, though, frame advantage is only a state of mind. You ain't gotta actually respect it. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Well,
peace.